It's January 1967. As rising rock star Jimi Hendrix is rehearsing for his famous concert at the Monterey Jazz Festival, Lieutenant Capers and Team Broad-Minded finish Operation Double Talk and are reassigned to a forward strike Marine base close to the DMZ called Sahn.
Sahn was like living hells. It was surrounded by half Chinese and half North Vietnamese regulars.
Originally an old French outpost, a full battalion of NVA regulars have surrounded the base, with their first strikes setting off over 1,500 pounds of explosives.
Sahn was really a hard-fought, bloody battle, probably the most decisive battle in Vietnam.
And when you think about the casualty rate, that in itself tells you that it was very difficult and it's tough.
We went in there to support a battalion that was there.
And within weeks of arriving, co-team leader Ken Jordan is relieved of command, making Lieutenant Capers the new fighting head of both teams.
Ken Jordan was a very poor leader in combat. I don't think it was fear, he just choked. Jim Capers took charge and made the decisions.
By the end of February, Sahn is being bombarded by so much enemy artillery that no planes can land, and the pilots are forced to airdrop all the supplies. Desperate to force the Viet Cong back, Capers and his men take the battle out of the compound and into the jungle.
And our job was to run ambush patrols, assassination patrols.
It was the worst place that I've ever been in my life.
The fighting is intense.
And we killed many enemy soldiers by being behind their lines without them knowing we were there.
The raids work, and space around the base is opened up once again, allowing the Air Force to bring in supplies and reinforcements. One of those reinforcements was a major, who immediately notified Capers he was being shipped back to a staff position in the rear.
So I told the major that I want to stay here until we could get a replacement, or I was relieved along with all my guys.
But despite the threats of a court-martial, Capers refuses to leave his men.
He said, "Mister, I'm not asking you anything." I said, "Yes, sir, I know what you told me. But when you relieve my men, I willingly go. But I won't go without my troops."
You're talking someone who always demonstrated care and concern for his Marines and sailors. That means that service comes before self.
I saluted the major and turned around and walked away. Never looked back. If they take me out, it'll be by force.
4 months later, Lieutenant Capers and what was left of his men are airlifted out, together. Years later, Dottie, Major Capers' wife, discovers that her husband had an opportunity to come home early. She was not very happy.
And she had this look on her face, that, "You son of a gun, you told me in these letters that you love me," and all those things. And finally she said, "Did you love your men more than you love me?" And I said, "Yes." I said, "At that moment, I love my men more than anything else in this world. And there's no way I could have loved you more than I love my men. I'm sorry, but that's the way it is."